Hello and welcome to Inside Wyoming Basketball with head coach Larry Shyatt. The Wyoming Cowboys are well underway in their 2015-2016 season. In fact, the Cowboys have played 8 games. They're 5-3 going to the Southern game on Thursday night. 5 non-conference games left on the Cowboys schedule. 5-3 going into that Southern game, Coach. I know that's you played some very good teams. Great schedule, by the way. And the Cowboys have responded, I think, pretty much so far.
I think there's been improvement. I think there's been development. A couple of disappointments in the late stages up in Billings, and then, of course, against a terrifically talented Cal team. Nonetheless, we have to look at the big picture, and I really like this group. I like their focus. I like their stick-to-itiveness. And actually, lately, I like their toughness on defense.
Yeah, every team is different, Coach, from year to year. This is a brand new Cowboy team for the most part. A lot of freshmen, a lot of young players, but you still have that senior. And, Coach, I think Josh Adams is a star in this league.
He has been a great contributor, but he's been equally as strong in the locker room, at practice, and off the court. A great example setter. I told him, do not put all the pressure of the world on you this year. Just leave a legacy here at Wyoming to our program of what a do is supposed to be like. Aggressiveness, a level of discipline, but most of all, being unselfish and humble, and I think he's been that way.
Boy, he's been all that, Coach. Now, he's getting great support. Before we talk about those new players, he's getting great support from a few Cowboys that do have some experience. And I'm talking about Jason McManaman, Alan Herndon, Alex Akagorski. It goes on and on. These somewhat experienced players have been very good so far.
Well, everyone's role has changed. Trey Washington, Al Herndon, Jason, our 3 oldest players who have really never played high-volume minutes are now playing high-volume minutes. They, too, are in new leadership roles because of so many new players. We don't talk about the age of this team. I don't coach with age being a debilitating. I want it to be a positive. I want energy. I want enthusiasm. I want development. And that's what these guys have played like up to this point.
Absolutely. And, of course, all those new players, you said, are going to fit in, most of them, right away, Coach, because here you go. You're playing 9 to 10 guys a game, and you expect to do that all year.
Well, our assistant coaches have done a tremendous job all summer, all fall, not just developing players physically, but trying to work on the mindset, the proper mindset that it takes to win at this level. And you know what? I think these guys have done a great job for 5 years here as assistant coaches, and especially with this new group.
Well, so far, 8 games in. You've talked a little bit about this already. Are you pleased with pretty much the progress of this team? I know the Cowboys don't turn it over much. I know that's a really good thing we've seen so far, especially with the young team. But are you pleased with the overall progress with this team so far?
Well, you're never pleased unless you're perfect. And so I'm not pleased with the win-loss record. I am extremely pleased at one thing. There have been very few surprises, and surprises usually are disappointments off the court, in the classroom, or on the floor. No one has exhibited anything different in the games that they have done at practice, and that's a sign of development.
Well, it really is. These young guys are going to be a big part. The new guys are going to be a very big part of this team, aren't they?
Absolutely, and already have shown their way. And it's different guys, different nights, jumping to the fire.
You bet. Well, stay with us. We have much, much more to come here on Inside Wyoming Basketball with head coach Larry Shyatt. We're back after this timeout.
Inside Wyoming Basketball with Larry Shyatt is brought to you by Wyoming Relay, the University of Wyoming Outreach School, the University of Wyoming International Programs Office, and your Magnificent 7 Wyoming Toyota dealers.
He has been such a great leader for the Wyoming Cowboys. He's the only senior, the captain, and Josh Adams leads the Cowboys in virtually every offensive category, and that includes assists and steals. Just a great player for the Cowboys. And our own Kevin McKinney had a chance to sit down and visit with senior Josh Adams.
Here's Adams going all the way to the basket with a big finish. 12 points for him. Whoa! First that up and it was a little spin. Here's Adams with the dunk
Josh, I know there's a certain amount of pressure being the only senior and the team leader. How do you deal with that pressure? Because I know you put that on yourself, just the way you are.
I get a lot of help from the coaching staff, and I got a group of great guys on this team that are willing to stick with me. It's a learning experience for all of us, myself included, and they've done a great job of hanging with me and going through the battles with me. So I can't take all the credit. I got a lot of great people around me.
What is the hardest thing about having that on you?
I think it's just what everybody else is thinking about it. I try not to put a ton of pressure on myself and just go out and play every day. But people always ask, what it's like, and are you doing all right? How's it going? And it's going well. But I'm just trying to go out and focus on what I can do to make the team better.
And what is that? What can you do that makes this team run?
I just got to be myself and stay as that energy guy, same energy guy I was with 6 seniors. I need to keep that same energy with all the new guys. The biggest change is just you got to be positive all the time and keep encouraging them, and just know that they're going to do well and trust them, and they're doing a great job of that so far.
Well, everybody's talked about this as a new team and a lot of young guys and all that. Just off of the performances this week, are they coming along faster than you thought?
Yeah, they're coming along really fast, and we've had some trials, especially on the road at Indiana State, and then now at DU, and we get our first road win. They responded well, even better than I thought they ever would. We had a lot of low hopes coming in. People didn't think we were going to be much, and I think they're shocking the world.
What you probably have a future in basketball. Yeah, hopefully. That's the goal. Tell me about that, what you'd like to do.
As a little kid, you always want to play at the highest level. It'd be awesome to follow in the footsteps of, Larry Nance Jr. and play in the NBA. And I think with a lot of hard work and dedication, I can do that. But anywhere that'll take me, I'm happy to continue to play the game that I love, and getting paid for it is just an added bonus.
Here you are, a senior at Wyoming. I assume it's been a good experience for you. Why did you pick Wyoming? And at this stage, how pleased are you with that decision?
First and foremost, it was the way Coach Shyatt went about recruiting me. We actually came up here with my club team to play in the team camp, and they were actually looking at one of my teammates and not me. And they watched me play, and Coach Shyatt came up to me, I believe it was at a timeout, and said, we're going to get you here, but we're going to do it the right way. And he didn't offer me a scholarship until he felt like he knew my family and he knew me, which I thought meant a lot. And I was an underdog. Not a lot of people talked about me. They said, yeah, he's athletic, but he's not a Division I basketball player. And the University of Wyoming at the time were big underdogs. And Coach Shyatt ran the first year here with a great team, and it just seemed like a right fit for me. No one gave me a chance, no one gave Wyoming a chance, and look where we're at now.
What do you think you'll take away from the university?
Everything. I've learned so much at this university, and the university has been so great to me. The staff, the faculty, as far as teaching goes, the fans, it's really just one huge family around the state of Wyoming, and just the unwavering support that they have for their athletes and their students is just tremendous, and it's one of the greatest opportunities I've had in my life, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Well, Josh Adams has been all that for the Wyoming Cowboys. Just sensational here at the start of his senior season. Josh Adams is a special player, Coach.
Well, you have to turn your back a little bit once in a while, because that passion he wears on his body language from start to finish. And that's every day at practice, and that's every game. But, if you could go to 7-Eleven and bottle it and buy it, whatever it is, he's got it. Great family values. And you know what? It starts at home. And then what he's become is one heck of a basketball player. He's not just a high rocket out there. He's a basketball player with some poise. He's running the show for a ball club of a lot of new players, and you know what? He's showing the way both on and off the court.
He really is. A lot of people don't realize. I think of Josh maybe just as a scorer. He had 36 up in Billings, and he can score. But he's in the Cowboys' all-time top 10 in steals and assists. He's one of those guys. Led the team in assists last year, that great Cowboy team. Doing the same this year. All-around player.
Our staff made a decision last June, and we explained it to the team. We were going to put the ball in his hand. He was going to be more a point guard than anything else because, of course, if he ran down the floor like he did the first 3 years, people could gobble him up, double team him, deny him. So we were going to put the ball in his hands, which means he's got to make really mature decisions. And up to this point, he certainly has.
He really has. Josh Adams has just been outstanding for the Wyoming Cowboys. You stay with us. We have more to come on Inside Wyoming Basketball with head coach Larry Shyatt. We're back after this. He hails from Port St. Lucie, Florida. He's one of the new Cowboys, and boy, is he slick and is he good. Let's get to know Justin James a little bit better. He'll dribble to the top and shovel back to James. Dribble, drive in deep, bank it up, got it.
Work it around the horn there, and there's a freshman again. Justin James.
I think that his athletic ability gives him a leg up from a defensive standpoint that a lot of players don't have. And then obviously, as he learns the system, he's getting better and better. JJ has a great leadership ability. I think he's a guy that once Josh graduates, you're going to see JJ as a guy that I think all of his teammates are kind of gravitated towards him. And I think if you want to be a good defensive team, it's got to start with him being a vocal leader and setting the tone. So as he grows in that area, I think our team will grow as well.
I've learned a lot of using my hands and my feet more on defense, learning how to be in the right spots on defense. And offensively, in high school, I used to play off 1 foot a lot. But Coach Shy and Jay Shot taught me to keep the ball low, stay low, go off 2 when you get in the paint, because there's a lot of big dudes in there. It's been different. It hasn't really been difficult, but it has been different. But just changing my mindset, like before practices or before games. Okay, I need to do this to impress coach. I need to do this. Instead of scoring buckets, it's more getting stops, getting charges, getting active hands, those things.
Just like a lot of our young guys, JJ has a potential that a lot of Cowboy fans haven't seen. But like we always say, the P word, potential is a dangerous word. It means you really hadn't done anything yet. But I think that JJ has an ability to impact the game, even as a freshman, both offensively and defensively. And I think that's why he's gotten some minutes earlier in his career than some. It made the transition for me easier, playing basketball with all these freshmen and all my teammates. We're led by a great senior, Josh, J-Mac, the older guys. It's just fun to travel with them, play games with them. Yeah, our chemistry is really good. Like I know mainly all the young guys spend the whole day together. And then we spend, as a team, we spend a lot of hours together. It's a lot of jokes, a lot of fun. From freshman to senior, it's fun. JJ may be the most popular Cowboy in the locker room. He gets along with everybody, the older guys, the younger guys, guys from different backgrounds. He's awesome. Sometimes, as a freshman, coaches, we have to get on him and just say, it's time to focus now. But he's a very, very likable kid. He definitely takes the game seriously. And, I think that you have a successful program when your best players are your best leaders. It's just the way it is in sports. So what our hopes are, as he gets older and older and older, he keeps that leadership, he keeps that ability to get along with everybody, because if he keeps improving basketball-wise, I think that that'll really go hand in hand with his leadership ability.
Coach Shy he says this all the time, you have to learn how to hate and lose. He's greedy, he wants everything now. even though we're new dynamics, as he says. But yeah, we're just looking to find our new, to make our new path, and just hopefully it's successful.
Justin James, he is slick and smooth. And Coach, here's a freshman, a true freshman. Looks like he's played this game a long time. He really has great basketball sense.
Great IQ, comes from the house. Miss Vicky and John have done a great job raising him, and he's another guy that does it both on and off the court. But we knew his offensive abilities, and when we're Joshless 3 months from now, he'll be asked to do even more offensively. What I'm most pleased, and I think I speak for all our coaches, is the willingness to learn more on defense, and boy, did he come up big the second half against a tremendous player at Cal, Wallace. Had we known he could stop him earlier, we would have probably played that matchup more.
Yeah, he's got the whole game in his package. I mean, he can play defense, he can really score. I guess I'll go back to the one thing that kind of jumps off at me, Coach. He looks almost effortless when he plays. He's very smooth, very collected, very under control, I guess, is what you say about Justin James.
I see poise, and I think that was taught at an early age by his father. And I think what happened early in the season, it was 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. He's finally getting 4 or 5 minutes a pop. I think he feels more comfortable. And his biggest advantage right now, we have not had a large guard. We have not had a guy that can play the 2, 3, and sometimes the 4 at 6'6 plus. He gives us a little bit better rebounding on the perimeter. I think down the road, we got a special guy.
Yeah, you say down the road. There's a good look at the future right there in Justin James, huh?
Yes, most definitely. And like I said, our assistant coaches have done a great job leading him down the right path little by little. We're expecting big things, not down the road. We're expecting big things. How about this week against Southern?
There you go. Justin James, JJ, he's special, and he's been very good for the Cowboys so far. We'll take a break. We're back with more on Inside Wyoming Basketball with head coach Larry Shyatt right after this.
Inside Wyoming Basketball with Larry Shyatt is brought to you by Wyoming Relay, the University of Wyoming Outreach School, the University of Wyoming International Programs Office, and your Magnificent 7 Wyoming Toyota dealers.
Welcome back to Inside Wyoming Basketball with head coach Larry Shyatt. Next up for the Cowboys Thursday night, they'll take on Southern, the Southern Jaguars out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and they're athletic. I know that much about them, Coach. This is a very good basketball team. A lot of folks don't know about the Jaguars in that conference down there, but they're a pretty talented bunch.
Immediately following our game against Cal, the first thing and only thing I put on the board was Southern. I asked our team, do you know anything about Southern? There was silence. And I said, well, they went to Mississippi State and won already. They played Tulane and beat them, Southeast Louisiana. They're 5-1, fellas, and they're going to come in here hungry. Right off the bat, because we do have a new team, and we need to make sure their mindset, every single game, is ready for a fight. We'll have a fight Thursday night. I just sent a letter to our student body this week thanking them because they have brought great energy like we had in the 90s, and I'm hoping they keep bringing it because we need them.
It sure is nice playing games in this beautiful facility, and it's nice getting the Jaguars, a very talented team, on your home floor. I know that's a big plus for the Cowboys.
Well, this is another test, and I told our guys, you have to embrace tough tests. We've had 4 in a row now, going back to Billings, back here, Bakersfield, Denver, and Cal. We're going to have another test. We probably aren't at the talent level yet that we can expect anything easy. So guys, embrace it, embody it, and try to win them down the stretch.
You bet. And that is a Thursday night, 7 o'clock tap time, the Cowboys and the Southern Jaguars. Now, I know this kind of goes against your grain to even talk about a game that is on down the road. I know you're all focused on Southern, but Coach, Sunday the Cowboys will make the trip to Las Cruces, New Mexico to take on New Mexico State. And there's another great challenge for the Cowboys.
We had talked about this early in the year. No better way to get a new ball club ready for major college basketball than to play the Cows at home and then to go on the road 6 times before league play. Las Cruces is a tough place. They just beat El Paso last week, who was undefeated before they went there, and they clobbered them. We'll have our hands full. We had our hands full last year here against New Mexico State with a packed house and a championship team, but this is one more step and one more good one for this new bunch.
Yeah, another step for this new bunch to learn what it takes to win on the road. It's a little different, and I know the Cowboys must feel pretty confident going on the road, Coach, after what they did down at Denver University. There's not many wins coming out of that place over the last 10 years.
No, we played a good ball game in Billings and missed a shot with 10 seconds to go to win it. We played a good ball game at Denver and really did what we needed to do the last 6 minutes. We will need to be at the top of our game. But that goes without saying. That's the way we're built this year. That's how we need to coach, and hopefully that's how our guys need to play.
Well, it really has been something so far, and looking forward to the rest of the season of this Wyoming Cowboy, this new Cowboy basketball team really should be something. That'll do it for us. For the head coach, I'm Dave Walsh. So long.